You don't understand what is actually going on. People have to be tested to find out who the good ones are and who the bad ones are. It's Elon 2.0. Okay. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah, God tests people too, even leaders. So this, I've mentioned this before. Even if you're in this camp that believes that Elon is a different version, like a clone, that's too far of a stretch for me. I've said before, I know there's many people that say that. Okay, sorry, that's too far of a stretch. But I've said before, even if that was true, and the technology and science is that advanced, okay, so let's say I fully believed it, okay, let's say that. It doesn't matter. It's placing people that have hurt this country in powerful positions. Does that seem like a good idea? No. You should place the people that are honorable. So that's the argument against this. But besides that, God tests too. And it most especially hard, it's all through the Bible, for people that are in leadership positions. Because they can easily lose sight of what is God's will and what is their will. And yet nobody wants to say that, especially if you're a Trump supporter. No, we just have to fully accept. I don't accept it. I don't. And in my opinion, Donald Trump is being tested. So he may be testing people, but God is testing too. And when God sees that he doesn't want to speak up and say, no, this is unacceptable, and you've lost sight of what is important here, then somebody needs to call that out. And I'm a Trump supporter. I've never, ever been a leftist, never. I'm not a far right. I'm not a neoconservative. I'm not on the far right. I mean, I'm a moderate. There's many issues with the left that I can come to the middle on. Not many, but like abortion. I'm not so far right that I think that abortion should be banned. And Donald Trump isn't for a national abortion ban, but the far right is. Okay, they can't even see how that there's people that end up having to have abortions because, the baby has a hole in its heart. There's all sorts of reasons. So, yet the far right is just about, no, we need this nationwide, So, Donald Trump's not the far right. Donald Trump's not the far left. I think he's a moderate. The problem is that Donald Trump, I feel, has difficulty when he should speak up, and he doesn't. It doesn't matter what version Elon is. Elon should not be put in a position of elevation. If you're an honorable leader, then put people in leadership positions that are honorable. That may not serve Donald Trump because he wants to serve Silicon Valley or make whatever negotiations he wants with them. But at the end of the day, he too is tested. So no matter what testing he's doing, God watches all of us. All of us. And sees who's going to not just give this person unwavering support, but will call out what needs to be called out. Here's my other thoughts on this, is that if Donald Trump is the man that he was before getting elected, then he's a good leader, which he was in office before, in my opinion, then he should be open to not demanding unwavering support, but he should be open to those that have supported him, that are saying, no, you're wrong in this area, and you need to be able to look at that and realize how you're wrong in this area. Because maybe those people who he would think nothing of, because it's not some millionaire or billionaire, but he should consider what people like me say or what others have said. And I don't mean the far left, because they're just out to attack. And then the far right, it just wants to control Trump. But you see, there's people, everyday Americans out here, I being one of them, that fully supports him and has supported him, but not to where I'm going to be blind and say nothing when what you're doing makes no sense and you are showing a different person than who you were when you campaigned. So he can test all the people he wants to, but God is testing him. Just because people have said, and I believe that God has had a hand on Trump, I do. But kings, presidents, whatever you want to call it, whatever term you want to give the leadership, they fall all the time. And the reason they fall is because they don't listen. And they don't listen to sound judgment and reason. And they just get full of themselves because all the people love them, and then lose sight of what is important. I have not liked at all that no matter how much people want to say he puts these people out there, it is a bad look. Because then you're putting, whatever version they are, you're putting people that hurt America in places of power. You are elevating people that God would not want elevated. Sometimes, leaders should really listen to the people they least respect. Because maybe what they're saying is right.